dog. Please don't get the involved. Ain't nobody running off. Rules to the basics. I can't be no son-in-law. I can't take the summer off. I make it look good and all, but this is no vacation. All the goons, they respect me and I know it. Watch your words and your tone, you not a poet. My advice, please don't try to be heroic. Let me know they whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums.
It's Madden NFL 24, and we've got the Panthers' rangy cornerback, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Panthers and the Black.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think
and he cannot get away, and Young will go down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their signal caller, now at his 4th season in the NFL.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
So I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory.
Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 12 carries, 102 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does. They want to make sure they get him there.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
2 things
to watch. First, his strength in being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fool them with the inside run.
It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL converting on third downs. There was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 23, here's a 2nd and 4.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive...
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there.
His 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Black Knights will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive.
1-7, their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now, this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
Now Young. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll get it near the 40 to the 39.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here is Young.
And once again, this is Sanders.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cover. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Shot. 17. Set.
Now Young. And a loose football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
There are 2 words that we... And now before the ball changes hands, we're going to take a look at them just to make sure. So that one They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The play fake. Now Young. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they were able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now, Toronto in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Let's go.
Duggan looking to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10?
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Draymond Jones. Sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. It'll be a net of 39. 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right. Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded at about the 28.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Toronto's offense ready to take over. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
19, Tiger, 19. On the ball.
To throw is Duggan. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Joshua Williams. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. Duggan now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Second down, Young. He finds his man, Sky Moore. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Now a first down throw for Young. And he'll go right back to Moore, complete again. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want to catch the football first.
The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Young. And this is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap.
How about this? They'll change it at the line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line motion, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
On second down, Dawkins, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Duggan.
Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he will have a 1st down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And it's caught. Touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Black Knights go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down.
Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter.
So we have ripped past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushes because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
A quick throw to the left flat, and he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe he didn't want to go to his own blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37. 79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Here's the option.
He gives it up. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Robinson with another carry.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
2nd and 6 from the 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
Robinson is in for a touchdown.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has...
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receiver.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the
quickly to add on to their lead. Patterson now for the extra point.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Ready.
To throw, Young. Looking left side, and it's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
10 cycle. Blue check. Opposite. 3. Smith red.
On the counter now, it's Sanders. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
22.
To throw on 2nd down is Young. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And is going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so, they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check right. Black block. Check pitch.
Young.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Ready.
And the Panthers first down.
Set.
First down, Young.
Over the middle and complete to Moore.
Touchdown, Panthers.
Sky Moore
from 21 yards away.
And the Panthers get a bit closer.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Toronto's offense ready to take over. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Throwing, Duggan.
And that'll be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They've been running it well all game, and why not? The big guys up front, they're just having a ball, creating monster holes for their guys to run through.
3rd and 2.
Now a handoff up the middle. Dawkins, and he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down.
And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On first down, Dawkins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building and bullying. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game. As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
A give left side to Robinson.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Black Knights add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And onto the field, here come the Panthers.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
That throw by Young incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Young to throw again on 2nd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Okay, right.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Ready?
And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Here we go. Here we go. Watch out now. 50 Fury. Set.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This short pass into the hands of Njoku.
And he's going to be taken down. Remember, he needed 4 yards, and 4 yards is going to be what he gets as they do convert here on 4th down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready?
Throwing, Young. Over the middle, it's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And Young's throw there, incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Young, that throw by Young incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Ready?
It's desperation time. Young on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Young to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1. To the air once more, Young. And he short arms that one just a bit. It's low and incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Looking to throw, Young. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. That is caught, and he is going to have a Panthers 1st down. Good work there on 4th and 1. They get 7 to move the chains. Young to throw it. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And now they're in the hurry-up. From the red zone now, Young. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. That's 2nd down.
Here we go, set.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Drill, 52. Cut.
Young working out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Ready.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of 1st down. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. This will be caught at about the 6. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Yellow, line, switch, yellow, blue, check, opposite, green.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. But 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play that time on the catch and run. 31 yards.
To throw is Duggan.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown! A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Black Knights have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Young on first down. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
On second down, Young. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. That throw by Young, incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Young to throw on fourth. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked up by Grant Delpit. And the Panthers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points. And Allen coughed it up. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Following the fumble recovery, Dugan. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. Duggan looking to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Black Knights up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Panthers about ready to take over. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been,
now the ball comes loose. It's going the other way. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head. Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they are going to... They just add to their totals. Extra point try now for Patterson. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Carolina getting set to take the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the... So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
Ready?
A first down throw for Young. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
I think this is what this game's become now. You just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
That throw by Young incomplete. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. Well into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest. They kind of performed.
Point 'em out, 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 point 'em out. Watch 'em panic. Got 2 chains on, I'm too late. Got 1 watch on my wrist. I'm round and I'm getting it. I'm young, but I ain't ignorant. They keep asking who the hell you think you are. Him, and him. They keep asking who the hell you think you is.